Alright guys, I'm going to explain modified Atwood's machine problems in another way. So we're going to look at a problem, So again, modified Atwood's machines look like this. There's a massless, frictionless pulley. There's two blocks, one on the table and one hanging off of the table. We're going to give each of these blocks different masses. So we'll say the mass of block, we'll call this block A. The mass of block A, we'll say, is 0.6 kilograms, and the mass of block B we'll say is somewhat smaller. We'll call that 0.2 kilograms. And let's include some friction in this modified Atwood's machine problem. Let's say that the coefficient of kinetic friction between the table and the block is 0.20. And we'll actually add zeros onto these just to give them 2 sig figs. Let's do that. I'm just making this problem up as I go here. So that's the situation. And what we want to do is we want to determine what is the acceleration and what is the force of tension. These are usually the two common questions that we get with modified Atwood's machine problems. So our first step is to draw force diagrams for both of these. So for the blue one, I'll do it over here. So we have gravity that's going down. We have normal going up. And those are equal and opposite to each other. We'll call this FGA for the A block. And we have a tension force that is pulling this block to the right due to the tension in that string. And then we're going to have some friction pulling it to the left, or pushing it to the left, although it cannot be bigger than tension or else it will not accelerate to the right. And we need it to be accelerating to the right. So that's step one. Step two, we're going to draw the force diagram for the B block. And that's going to look, I'll draw it underneath here. So we have gravity pulling down, maybe not as big as the other one, and we have tension pulling up. This tension is going to equal this tension here because of Newton's third law. The A block pulls on the B block with an equal force that the B block pulls on the A block. That is the definition of Newton's third law, basically. So, and the force through which they're applying a force on each other is tension. So they're both tensions and they are equal and opposite. That's going to be the key to solving our modified Atwood's problem in this way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make net force equations. So the net force for the blue block, the A block, net force A, in the x direction actually, because in the y direction it just cancels out, is going to equal the tension force minus the friction force. We're going to call to the right positive and to the left negative. And Newton's second law says the net force, which is this whole thing here, is equal to the mass of the A block times the acceleration of that A block. All right, and then now we're going to do the same thing but for the red block. So we have the sum of the forces for B are equal to gravity minus tension. Now I'm saying gravity is positive in this case because the B block is accelerating in the downward direction. So I'm going to basically call this direction the positive direction. So when it moves to the right and down, we call that positive. When it moves up and left, it's negative. So if this modified Atwood's machine were happen to be accelerating up and to the left, we would call that negative. Right into the down, this positive. So that's why FG is positive over here, and that's why FT is negative in this case. And this will also equal the mass of the B block times A. So it is this equation and this equation that we have that will help us solve for the tension and the acceleration. Basically, you have a system of two equations. You have two unknowns. You have tension and acceleration. And the other things are things that are somehow given to us. So I'm just going to highlight this for you just to show you something. The first thing we need to talk about is the acceleration. the acceleration of both of these blocks must be equal to each other, and that's because we treat this object as a rigid object, meaning the A and the B block are not going to change shape. The string is not going to break or stretch. The string is not going to bunch up together. So if the A block is moving to the right, that must mean the B block is moving down. Imagine if the B block was accelerating at a faster rate than the A block. That string would have to snap in order for it to get far enough away from the A block as it accelerates faster. So we're making the assumption here that the acceleration must be the same, and I'll just write this over here. The acceleration must be the same for both A and B blocks because it's one whole thing that kind of moves together. The other thing is that this tension is equal to this tension. And the reason why is because, so the Ft of A on B is equal to Ft of B on A. And that is due to Newton's third law. And we talked about that moments ago, but just to remind you again, Newton's third law says that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. And so this tension pulling from block A on B must be equal to the tension from block A on B, or B on A. A on B, B on A. And this one goes to that over there. So that means that between these two equations, the tensions are the same and the accelerations are the same, but the masses are different. That's why I put mass A and mass B. And this friction up here is for the friction on the table, because there's no friction on the B block. And for this gravity here, this gravity is for B. So I'm just going to put B there, because A does have a gravity force, but we're not going to, that's not what this Fg is. This Fg is for B. All right? So this is step one. I'm going to duplicate this and erase some things so I can continue on. So I'm going to leave these equations. I'm going to erase this to give myself a little bit of room here. Erase all this so we can give ourselves more room to do math. Basically, at this point, we're just doing math. We've done all the physics. We understand Newton's third law. We understand friction and all that. So now what we're doing is we're solving for the acceleration. Let's start with that. So I'm going to put this first equation in terms of Ft. The reason why I'm doing that is because if I'm looking for acceleration, I'm going to do the substitution method. So I'm going to add F on both sides. So I get ma times the acceleration plus the force of friction. So I just rewrote that equation to solve for Ft. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute this whole thing in for that. And I'm going to rewrite this this red equation. So we have FGB minus the quantity of ma times acceleration plus the force of friction equals the mass of B times the acceleration. Now you can see that I've eliminated the force of tension. Sorry about that. My computer froze a little bit and my headset turned off. I'm going to continue this in a little bit.